I legit almost got hit by a car. Hey guys, happy Monday. I'm here for the book chat. For this week I read Just Between Us by Rebecca Drake. It was a really good book. Sorry, I just wanted to get my tea. I tried to quit coffee this weekend, so I've been drinking tea. It's not the same. It's not the same, but whatever. So anyways, this week I read Just Between Us by Rebecca Drake. I thought it was a really good book. Oh wait, hold on. Right before I went to film this, I legit almost got hit by a car. I was in the crosswalk with my dog. It was our turn to cross, and this woman was like, this happens all the time in LA, but this woman was like going to turn right, and she like almost hit us. So then she saw us and like stopped, thank God. And so I was just kind of like, I kind of like gave like a little gesture because I was just kind of like, what the hell? We're in a crosswalk. And she pulled down her window and started yelling at me because she almost hit me in a crosswalk. And so she started yelling at me and I'm like, I'm in a crosswalk. And she's like, I don't care, shut up. And I was just like, so that's how my morning started. So here we are, we're at a book review or book chat. I don't know if anyone read this along with me, so there's probably going to be some spoilers if you did not. But basically, this book is about these 4 suburban women, and in the like summary description, it says they all have like secrets or whatever in their life, and they're all just like trying to like hang on to those. But this was my biggest problem with the book, I think. Like, I liked it for the most part, and I think if I didn't read the summary about how they all have like these secrets, I wouldn't be expecting it to be so intertwined, because I felt like it was supposed to be like about all 4 of their stories. I was a little bit disappointed. Like, the main story is about this girl who they all think that her husband is abusing her because there's all these marks on her body, and then basically she kills him, which was like a twist that like obviously I saw coming because they all thought she was gonna die, but obviously she's not going to because it's about the 4 of them in the beginning. So she like kills him and they all cover it up, and then someone's blackmailing them because they saw them like with the body, trying to make it look like it wasn't a murder. So that was basically the big secret of this whole book. And then they kind of tried to sprinkle in the secrets of the other characters. Like, one of them, Allison, like they kept alluding to some traumatic thing that happened in her childhood, but it like wasn't enough that I was like, okay, like this is something that's affecting her right now. Like, occasionally they'd sprinkle it in, but otherwise it was like not. And then at the end, finally, like the girl Heather, who's like being abused by her husband, is like, oh, well, your dad killed your mom, like in the last chapter, like as if it just had to get blurted out, which was kind of weird. And then one of the girls, Sarah, like is always drinking, so everyone kind of thinks she has like a drinking problem. But like it wasn't super like it just was kind of like sprinkled again throughout the book, and I think that was like her big secret. But it was just kind of like sprinkled throughout the book, like they're like, Sarah is drinking again, like, oh, did you see Sarah drink, like whatever. But like it doesn't affect anything in their whole scheme to like try to get this thing covered up and then trying to deal with the blackmailer. Like, I feel like if it was going to be something that affected the story, it should have like really screwed them over at some point, and it didn't. And then at the end, it was just like this casual like, and Sarah's in AA now. Okay, like, so it was kind of weird. And then like the last girl, like Julie, basically has this like sticky fingers problem and just like loves stealing stuff just for the thrill of it, and she got like arrested in their old town because of it. And like, but that like again didn't really play into the story. She was just like scared to go back to jail. So it was just kind of like, there was clearly like one big story, but I felt like with the description that it was going to be much more into the other stories as well. And that's fine. Like, I thought the One Big Story was great. I just kind of wish that they didn't really even try with the other stories. Like, just, like, because I felt like she built up everyone's home lives pretty well. But, you know, I kind of wish that, like, she didn't really try to make everyone, like, a problem in this. So, yeah, basically, that was my biggest complaint about the book. But besides that, it was a great read. I, like, really was into it. I like wanted to know what was going on. I could see everything very clearly. It was a great visual book. And like basically it's just this woman, Heather, whose husband, her friends all assume he's like abusing her, and they all like encourage her to leave him, and then one night she calls him because she shot him in self-defense, but it's like in the back of his head. And then it basically is just like breaks down Heather like slowly, like and I thought like they did it pretty well. Like I was like, I knew that it wasn't what it was supposed, like it wasn't all just so cut and dry, but like all the little surprises that came in from Heather's life, I definitely like, it was all pretty shocking, and like I didn't quite see it coming a mile away, which was great. I would definitely give this book like maybe like a 7 out of 10, just because I do feel like she tried to do a little bit too much with the other characters. Like I think she either had to like go further with it or just not at all. But I like liked it a lot besides that one aspect. I liked all the characters. My favorite character, I don't know, it was probably, I mean, it was probably Sarah, the alcoholic character, just because she was so blunt, like, the whole time, like, because Heather basically, the girl whose husband got killed, she basically, like, screwed these ladies over. Like, she did not kill him in self-defense. It turned out he wasn't beating her. Like, he was, just, like, kind of just a cold man. He was, like, a surgeon. Like, he was really rich, and she didn't want to leave him because the prenup was pretty ironclad. So, like, Heather turned out to be, like, not such a great person. Like, she, like, just, like, couldn't give up the lifestyle and whatever. And then she ended up, like, cheating on him with this guy. And the guy ended up being the one who was blackmailing them. And supposedly Heather didn't know. But, like, she was cheating on him, and, like, the guy who she was cheating on her husband with was, like, into, like, BDSM. So, like, all the marks on her were because of that. So it was just kind of like, Heather turned out to be a really sketchy person. But, like, the character Sarah, like, when they kept finding out all these pieces that were, like, weird, like, because it just was, like, piece by piece, obviously, and then the big reveal. And Sarah just would, like, go in and be like, what the hell, Heather? Like, you were cheating on your husband with the guy blackmailing us. And, like, and everyone was like, oh my gosh, Sarah, you can't just say that. But, like, you can, because, like, she really screwed over all these women, and they're all freaking stressed out about their lives. And it just wasn't what everyone thought it was. Like, she was just not being, she was being really shady. So I kind of like that character because she just, like, wasn't scared to, like, tell it like it is. So that was my favorite person in the book. And, you know, I did think the story was really good. And that's it. Let me know if you guys read this as well. Like, let me know what you thought of it. And I hope I didn't, I mean, I did do spoilers, but it's still, like, it's still a good read if you want to read it. So this week, I'm going to read Don't Call Me Princess by Peggy Orenstein. I hope I'm saying that right. And please feel free to read along with me. I'd love anyone's opinions in the comments. And it's basically just essays on girls, women, sex, and life is what it says. And I picked this up like a while ago. It was just in Barnes & Noble, and it was definitely like at the peak of the Me Too movement in Hollywood, and I'm just like very interested to see what's in store in that, and I think it'll be a really good read for this week. So please feel free to read along, and let me know in the comments any books you think I should also read. And I'm sorry if that review was kind of scattered. As I was saying it, I was like, oh, something else I wanted to say about it that I thought was interesting was it kind of reminded me of the show Pretty Little Liars, but as if the 4 girls were all grown up and like living in suburbia, because like this guy who's like blackmailing them, he would like like text them all at the same time. There's just literally this one scene, it just reminded me so much of like the 4 girls on that show, and they were all together and all their phones pinged, and then they were like, you know, like, have the money tomorrow by 10 a.m. and then they're all just like, what? Like I could just like see it, like that show. So it'd be so fun if they like did a movie of this or something and had those 4 girls playing these parts. But anyways, that was just like a side note because I thought that was really interesting, and I've been rewatching that show randomly, so I like kind of just all kind of connected for me. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe below and hit the notification bell.